It's your responsibility as citizens of this country to demand the freedoms that have been taken away from you.
Hey guys, this promises to be an intriguing video with a shocking conclusion, so please stay tuned to the end. You just can't make this stuff up. If you go to SGT Report, you'll see the phrase associated with the website is the corporate propaganda antidote. Lately, there's been a lot of ad hominem attacks being hurled at me, calling me a fraud, a liar, and worse. This intellectually dishonest nut has even implied that I might work for JP Morgan. With all the attention and time these folks are spending on me, instead of targeting the criminal banksters, the corruption in government, the destruction of the dollar, and endless unconstitutional wars, it begs the question, why? So let's take a look at the facts. I'm an informed, concerned citizen of the United States of America, and I focus on the bad guys, the Federal Reserve System, the banking cartel, corrupt politicians, and the fascist corporations in bed with the government, which seem hell-bent on producing profits, no matter the cost to the people of this country or humanity. But yet, the vicious attacks continue. So perhaps where there's smoke, there's fire. Let's check. I've made 239 videos on these subjects in just under 2 years, so judge me by my fruits. Let's look at the first video I ever made for my YouTube channel. Is it evergreen? Was I spreading truth? Here's a clip.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
The lies being told about me are reaching new heights, and I find it all quite entertaining. So much time and effort to disparage my name, it's really quite flattering. But the fact of the matter is, with so many social predators working against the people at the moment, from the Federal Reserve System destroying the dollar, to the corporate lobbyists destroying democracy, to the Pentagon, which according to Leon Panetta will allow no cuts at all to their trillion-dollar budget, the attacks on me just don't add up. So I hope you're paying attention, because this is where it gets interesting. The empirical evidence I'm about to show you proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that there is something far more sinister going on here than what may first meet the eye. Vicious attacks, always attacking the messenger but never the message. Multiple hate-filled messages being sent from multiple YouTube channels, usually linked to channels that sport practically no videos, no subscribers, and no history. So it's often hard to determine what motivates them. Fortunately, that is not the case outside of YouTube. The incredibly silly yet vicious comments left on my website, sgtreport.com, mirror the language used on my YouTube channel almost to the word. The same phrases, the same ad hominem attacks, the same foul language, but there is also one very important difference. The veil of anonymity fades on the internet, and the fingerprint they have left is shocking. More on that in a minute. Where once the silver and gold discussion space on YouTube was a proactive and peaceful place, it has in recent months become a divisive space, almost as though a concerted effort has been made to divide and conquer it. It's a curious development too, given that one of Barack Obama's closest confidants, Cass Sunstein, who is also the current head of the Orwellian-sounding Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs, wrote a very pernicious paper in 2008 while at Harvard Law School. According to Salon.com, Sunstein proposed that the U.S. government should employ teams of covert agents and pseudo-independent advocates, mercenaries, to cognitively infiltrate online groups and websites, as well as other activist groups which advocate views that Sunstein deems, quote, false conspiracy theories about the government. This would be designed to undermine the credibility of said bloggers. Sunstein advocates that the government should accomplish this by sending, quote, covert agents into chat rooms, online social networks, or even real space groups. A link to the Salon piece so that you can learn more about this important information is below. Now back to sgtreport.com and those fingerprints. If you've ever attempted to leave a comment on SGT Report, you likely got a message saying that your comment is being held for moderation. After a certain number of approved comments, the feature simply whitelists the person based on their name, IP address, and email address. And after that, there's no moderation delay for approved users. This comment moderation feature was originally put in not to censor anyone, but rather to eliminate the overwhelming amount of advertising spam we get. However, recently, we've been receiving a truly absurd amount of hate comments. More than 60 of them during the last week alone. Some of these hate messages are long, detailed, venomous spiels, while others are just a single derogatory word or two. They've been left on almost every single thing we've published. This one from the name Pentagon Trash at pentagon.trash@hotmail.com. Here's another with the web address paid.shill@sgtreport.com. And take a look at this one from the name Bob Chapman is a crook at bobchapmanisacrook@retard.com. When people leave me a comment on my website, they also leave their IP address. So let's take a closer look at the IP addresses of these comments. The purple one, 17116116010, is from Concord, USA, near Oakland. The green one traces back to Weehawken, USA, near New York. The blue one traces back to near New York as well. And the red one is from near Oakland, California. And here's the rub. Every single one of these links has one critical thing in common. These IP addresses are on opposite sides of the country, but they have almost all originated from network space fully owned by none other than Bank of America. Look it up for yourself at the American Registry for Internet Numbers. Below this video is a link to the sgtreport.com story on this very issue, and you can see these IP addresses and who they belong to for yourself. These IP addresses and many others owned by Bank of America have been using dozens of different names and email addresses, and they've been at this for days and days now, posting comments like these and comments that are also much more offensive than these. They post these comments on literally everything we publish. Let that sink in. Multiple fake names, multiple fake email addresses, purporting to be multiple real people, all linking back to Bank of America. So there you have it. I invite each of you to send Bank of America an email asking them why they hate truth tellers so much, and more specifically, why, when they recently required a $5 billion cash infusion from Warren Buffett just to keep from collapsing, why at least 2 or more people from within the walls of their own corporation are sending an American citizen nasty, hate-filled, threatening messages when they should be focused on saving their corrupt company from bankruptcy. You can read more about this development and see the IP addresses and the links to who owns them for yourself at sgtreport.com. I'll provide a direct link below. And I'll leave you with this. For the many thousands of you out there with discernment and who actually care about this republic and care about truth, remember, you can always judge a tree by its fruits. The motto of SGT Report is the corporate propaganda antidote for a reason. I make the videos and cover the topics I do for a reason. When the people are afraid of their fascist government and fascist corporations like Bank of America, the result is tyranny. But when the government fears the people, the result is liberty. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sharing the truth and for standing shoulder to shoulder with me for liberty. Good night.